Hi everyone, my name is Anna Simpson. I'm a current rising junior at the University of Michigan, double majoring in Physics and Astronomy. I'm really happy to talk to you everyone, and I hope I can answer some of your questions. Like I said, I'm double majoring in Physics and Astronomy, and I hope to pursue a PhD after undergrad. So right now I'm just trying to get really good at undergrad research and prepare for applying to graduate school. So some cool things I do at Michigan. I'm the Advocacy Chair for the Society of Physics Students, which is a club of physics students and people interested in physics. And I also volunteer and do outreach events with the Student Astronomical Society, which is a similar group but for people interested in astronomy and space. Alright, I'm going to start answering some questions. So what are some really cool things that people in your profession work on? So in research, there are lots of possibilities of topics and projects to work on even as an undergrad. So right now I'm really interested in planetary science and the outer solar system, and my current project involves trans-Neptunian objects, or TNOs, which are rocks that are at the edge of our solar system, way out past Neptune in the Kuiper Belt. And my current project focuses on trying to find more of these objects. Because we found a few in the past, but it's always great to have more. So my research involves looking at images taken with a telescope and trying to identify which sources of light, because there are stars in there as well, but I want to find which sources of light are new potential trans-Neptunian objects. So what I want to do is find moving objects, because in one night stars don't move very much once you account for the Earth's rotation, but these trans-Neptunian objects will. So I want to identify those objects in order to find new ones. So usually this involves a lot of image processing and a lot of coding. So if you're interested in astronomy research, it's really important to learn or know how to code. Very, very useful tool. But hopefully finding more objects will help us better understand our solar system and what's going on with the evolution of the solar system. And in addition, the TNOs and the Kuiper Belt can provide evidence for a large ninth planet, Planet 9, way out in the edge of our solar system, because that would explain why some of these trans-Neptunian objects orbit in kind of a peculiar way. So hopefully finding new TNOs will help us better understand our solar system, which is always great. So as you can imagine, my main interest is astronomy, but I first started out my research experiences by working in earth science, and my first project was using data from a satellite system made for observing hurricanes, but my research used it to observe flooding in cities or seasonal flooding in the Amazon, so it was kind of a new application of the satellite system, and that was also pretty cool. So being a physics major, I feel like there's a lot of opportunities for different projects to get involved in across disciplines. So in earth science, planetary science, astronomy, there's a lot of opportunities out there. Alright, so kind of getting into the second question here, which is, are there any programs that I'd recommend for students to take advantage of, or mentorship opportunities? So if you're interested in research, I would say when looking for colleges, try and see what research opportunities are available. So at Michigan, there's the Undergrad Research Opportunity Program, or UROP, and that is a program which matches undergrads looking to get involved with research with faculty to find a project that interests them and get some first research experience. That's a really great way to start out a research career. But also, you don't need these programs all the time to get research. I personally didn't participate, but it's important to not be afraid to reach out to faculty to find out about possible research opportunities. So for example, my current research experience working with the TNOs, as I described earlier, my current advisor is actually a professor who taught one of my freshman year classes. So I approached him after having him in that class, during that class. But that's how I first met my current research advisor. So that's one way to try and connect with faculty, but also just looking at whose research experiences and research projects interest you, and trying to find someone who'd be willing to take on an undergrad and have you have a project that you can do. I'd really recommend it. It's a really great learning experience. And second, I think going to college, it's really important to have a good social network and a good support system in place. And that can seem difficult if you are in STEM and there aren't many other people like you with your social experiences. So for example, being a woman in STEM, it was not uncommon to not have a ton of other girls in my class. So it's really important to, it can be really intimidating at first to, be someone who's underrepresented traditionally in STEM and go into these classes and clubs, and maybe there's not a ton of people like you, but it's really important to go out there and especially try to find other people who are supportive. At Michigan, I'm not super involved with this club, but I know we have a club that is the Society of Women in Physics. So clubs like those can be a really great place to find that support and meet other people. So just finding a good support group is also something that's really important, be it through your classes or clubs, because a physics major is hard, so it's really great to have other people supporting you and being your friends along the way. And then as far as mentorship goes, I really recommend finding a mentor either through an official program or just someone who's older than you who's willing to give good advice. So my freshman year, I was in a mentorship program where I was paired with a graduate student, and that really helped me learn a lot more about grad school and determine that that was something I was interested in. So an official program like that is great, but a mentor can really be anyone. It can be a faculty member you connect with, or grad student you know well, or even, especially being an undergrad, it's great to have older undergrad students to get advice from about classes or research programs, or just, life and the college or the department. So it's just, I really recommend finding, nice people, and they are out there, who are willing to help out and to be friends and give good advice. Because that can really make your experience a lot easier, and it can make a big, intimidating department a little easier to navigate. So I can really say mentors are great to have someone to answer your questions and to help you determine your goals and maybe what you can do to achieve them. All right, so that's all I have. Thank you for listening, and have a nice day.